Good morning. It's some weird difficulties there at the beginning. Oh, at the end. Just some weird stuff. Um, let's do a pack one pick one. Tonight is game night. I don't know if we'll be streaming. Maybe we will. I don't think Mike's gonna be there. I'll have to bring my setup. Maybe we'll be able to bring my setup. I don't know. It'd basically be this setup right here. This is my setup right here. This janky thing. So if I bring all of this stuff, then we can stream. Alright, so nothing. No cloth foils. Let's look at what we have. It's got the perforing. Kinda like that card. Let's take a minute real quick. Today's episode is brought to you by Nova Coffee, or Nova Espresso, and today we're drinking Guatamala. It's delicious. You can find the stuff down in the description. Seek Horizon, spring loaded. Okay. So immediately I'm looking at this going, Seek Horizon, well, at yellow, not great because it's a 3. At red, I would probably first pick that. With blue wither, don't care. Line, also kind of don't care. Red Falcon Wing, not terrible. If I do a Red Falcon Wing though, I'm probably not going Azalea. And one of the things too in this set is a red plunge. So I went to go build a deck yesterday, and I have so many red plunges and no yellow plunges, and I needed some. So I went and got Brandish, but I wanted to have both of them. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. That was weird. So this is actually a really fascinating pack. So in here, in my okay, let's start from the beginning. Generics. My camera's screwing up. Sorry. Generics. These are all really good, but they're not a pack one, pick one. Good morning, Devin. How are we doing today? We have, so like this pack is beyond me. Like this is a good pack. It's just, there's nothing like, it's like all decent. If I'm handed this on my second pick, I don't care. Like this is a decent one. So Falcon Wing and Malign are both really good, but they're not pack one pick ones. Sedate, right? We got Malign, Falcon Wing, Sedate, both good. So my eyes go to. I'm doing well, Devin. Have a kind of a strange life events happening right now, so yeah, I'm doing well. This is where my eyes go to. Right here. Plunge, fletch a yellow tail. So there's nothing like in this that's like, yes, like if this was a Red Seek Horizon, I would immediately pick it. But I don't mind picking that up later. Like a lot of this stuff is really good mid picks, like 4 and on. So some of this is gonna, the good stuff is gonna wheel back to me. I think my eyes go to Plunge though, to be honest. Plunge is really good. Plunge is, especially if you can get a handful of them. Most people don't want to block Plunge. And then if they do, great. Especially like a yellow and a blue. But it gives you a +1 to your next weapon. To your dagger. Sorry, it's not Brandish. Brandish is a weapon. So this has to be run. To me, this is more of a ninja card than an assassin, right? Because with assassin, I need a blue card to pitch to plunge into my knife. That's going to be my sequence no matter what, even if they block this. This +1 to a weapon is crazy good. So it forces them to block. Like they need to block this, or you're getting 1 bonus damage. Period. Because if I'm ninja, I am probably coming at you. I'm gonna do Kadachi, most likely. If I don't, and I have a blue or yellow in my hand, like it gives me something to do. Fletch. The reason why Fletch, I would say I'm drawn to this card is because if you go Ranger, there's not a lot of pumps in this set. There just isn't. So it's a really nice pump to have. Yeah, it's just a really nice pump to have. I will say this, I've been trying to figure out where this lives in Constructed, and I don't think this card is quite good enough for Constructed. Yeah, it's just not, I don't know. I haven't been able to get it to, well, I don't do Constructed, I do Clash. But it's still a Constructed, environment. Because they have access to 0 cost +3, give them a blood pox or whatever. They have access to all the diseases. And so, I haven't been able to find a spot for that because the diseases are just so good. It's better than that +1. You're not getting an aim counter every time. In fact, funny story, the most popular build right now, so they said aim counters is a way to fix Ranger. Basically, it's to fix Azalea, right? Because she has her quiver that just allows you to give you +1 aim counter when she pulls it in. Because even though you have the bow, where's that bow? I don't have it. The bow is not. You don't run that bow. Death Dealer is just too powerful. You're doing like Go Again with Riptide, and so having an extra card is just too good. You give up. Yeah, because you can reload. So like what you do is you play a card, you load in your arrow, you shoot it or whatever it is that has Go Again. Then you use your Death Dealer, put in an arrow. Most likely has Go Again or something, and then you draw a card, get a pump or something, pump it up, and shoot it out. You're still getting off 2 shots almost every single time. But anyways, I'm gonna go Plunge. I think Ranger, unless you know you're going to get something, I think Ranger is not a great. Like, I'm a Ranger player. I will force Flush of Yellowtail all day. I'll force Ranger all day. But this is just the pick. This is the pick here. It's just too good because I can do it in 2 classes, right? Like my pack 1, pick 1, I need to stay open. This is getting picked up. Honestly, this is a 2 or 3 pick. Like if I got handed this, there's just so many good things. If I got handed, I don't know what I would pick. It really would depend on my first pack. But like Spring Load, I don't think that's a pick 2. But Scout the Peripheral, Yellowtail. There's not a really good arrow in here. Falcon Wind isn't terrible, but I don't care. Descending Gust Waves, really good. But yeah, I think to me, I almost feel like I would grab Scout the Periphery. Because it's a +3 to something out of my arsenal. It's versatile. 0 cost, so both Rangers like this card. Spring Load is good though. I've had really good. I wasn't sure on it. Well, it makes it fun in a casual setting, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think if I were to pack 2, if I got this for second pack, I think my pick would be this card. Although I don't hate seeing Seek Horizon at yellow because it pitches good. Virulent Touch. This is more of a Riptide card. I don't hate seeing it. Yeah, I think. Also, a pack 2, I might look at Silk and Ghee. This card I might look at pretty hard. I know they say like typically this though I think is the best armor in this set. Yeah, it gives my next attack -1, but it lowers it by 0 or it lowers it by 1. My next attack action. I think it's the best card. Next action card you play this turn gets -1 and cost 1. Next attack action. How much time do you get? A minute? To pick. We don't really have time to pick when you're doing yeah, I mean you have to be within reasonable time, right? I think when we pick, we're usually not timing. Like we just play our local LGS, so we're not doing anything crazy. If someone's taking a while, like we usually will pick and then we put the pack next to them. And there's been a couple times where people have had like 2 packs waiting for them, which is not the way you do it, obviously, out in like real tournaments. But we do it that way just because like I'm not gonna sit here holding it. So it's kind of whatever when you're doing casual. I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute out there. I usually when I look at something, I know pretty quickly. Like today, like when I do my pack and pick one, I sit here debating what do we do with this and that. When I'm looking at it, I go by gut. Like when I saw this, like my immediate reaction was plunge, right? I initially, when I opened all this up, I looked at plunge and said that's probably what I'm gonna pick. But I wanted to talk through the thought process of like, here's why. Because like this isn't a terrible pick. Like Malign's not a terrible pick. We actually have 2 Red Falcon Wings in here. Like none of those are terrible picks. Sedate, Scout the Periphery, Fletch. Like there's a lot of good, decent picks in here. The problem is that a lot of them are like mid-level picks. And none of them are like, yes, grab. So like, if I were trying to stay like super, super open, I would probably grab like Springload or Scout or even Seek. Because it's a conditional go again, but I don't love Seek in yellow unless it's later. Right, because I can pitch that. So yeah, I mean, this is my stay open card. If I got handed this pack though, I probably would pick Scout the Periphery, I think. Doesn't matter what I pick first hand. You can switch heroes pretty quickly. Like into the second pack, you could switch heroes. I think once you're past like the mid second pack, you might struggle unless you have like a lot of these like generics and stuff like that. But you can pivot pretty quickly. Yeah, no, there's definitely something worthwhile coming back. So this set, one of the interesting things about this set versus some previous ones is it's all about reading what's coming to you and less about the signals you're sending, which is like a two-edged sword, right? And Team Covenant covered this a couple weeks ago, or even like last week, and it was really funny. Steven was having a hard time because he's like, but you're doing Bell. It's about trying to figure out what's open. So like when we did draft a few weeks ago, by the 5th round, I just saw so many ninja cards. I just had so much ninja coming to me, and I was trying to force ranger, and I didn't see enough ranger. So I just immediately read, and like after 2 or 3 rounds of just seeing so much, I was like, this is coming back to me. We were only doing a pool of 4, so it wasn't a big pool. So I could just tell I was gonna get ninja stuff back. It was a pool of 5. There's 5 of us there. And yeah, sure enough, I ended up winning. I went 3-0 in that draft because by turn 4 or 5, I saw my hero, I grabbed it, and then I started trying to figure out, okay, what do I have? What are my combos? Because the combo lines in Ninja are really hard, and you need combo starters. And so I was just trying to figure out, okay, I think I ended up going head jab pretty heavily. And so it was finding those lines because I committed so early. I could find the combo pieces I needed. Ninja, I feel like, is one of the ones you need to kind of do early. Assassin, a draft pool can handle about half assassins, like 4 or 5 assassins. Like if you're doing 8 people, a draft pool can handle 4 or 5 assassins. You're looking at 2 to 3 ninjas and 1 to 2 rangers, respectively. We did have only 1 ranger it was just a pool of 5 people. We had 1 ranger who was Riptide, and I beat him, and it was hard. His Riptide deck was insane. Luckily he didn't have like Codex of Frailty or something like that, but it was insane. I had to fatigue him. I got him down to nothing. I got him down to Kadachi, so it was just, I would just go Kadachi, your turn, and then block, Kadachi. I just saw a window. I got in a couple of big hits early on against him. There was one, I did make a mistake. I let him deal like 8 or 9 damage, which when you have 20 health is a lot. Because I wanted to crack back really, really hard. And in reality, I should have just blocked it out and done like a Kadachi. But I had a really hard crack back. But I shouldn't have done it. But anyways. Oh geez, we've been live almost 20 minutes. Hey, everybody have a wonderful day. I know I just kind of rambled. But thank you, Devin, for joining me. Today we have a nice Guatamala. It's not the Guatamala I love, but it's still really good. It's kind of got a fruity edge to it, which is kind of weird. Check the description below. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Tonight we may or may not be streaming. We haven't been streaming the past few weeks. Just people not feeling well. Last week I was sick. The week before that, Mike was sick, and so Mike is traveling until this afternoon. He's flying back in, so I don't even know if he's going to be there tonight. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other.